All right, I'm on hole number 18 of the 2020 Spring Major. I'm in the opening round of the rookie division. My goal going into this because I really wanted to shoot 30 plus in the weekend. I wanted to shoot a 28. My goal sheet was, come in with a minus 14, minus 15 qualifier, come in the opening round with a minus 28 or better. Still working on some of the holes, and then in the weekend round, really tighten my notes up and go for the 30 plus. And so I'm 3 off. So the only way I'm going to get that done here is if I get an Albie on this hole. So let's go get an Albie. I'm the only success I've had a couple good looks on hole number 9. I'm having problems. The key is you've got to get your second bounce to bounce in this fairway, and I'm having problems getting the damn ball to bounce in this fairway. Now, I have laid up over here and I've come at it with a sniper, which isn't a bad shot, but you can come at it with a short iron from down below, and you got a really good shot. You could either do a rough bump or you could go straight at it, and you've got a really good shot at it. But getting down to that lower tier is causing me a little bit of I'm getting a little irritated about it. So I've tried being nice and gentle. I'm not going to be nice and gentle anymore. I'm going to pound that ball down there. Because even if I'm in the rough and I'm way down there, I still feel like my odds are really good of getting it in the hole. But I am trying to just bleed onto that fairway. I want to do it. You almost want to do a rough bump in order to clear the rough on that lower pad and hit the fairway on your third bounce. You're going to have so much forward momentum that you'll end up going in the rough. So you almost need to clip that rough on the third bounce so that you bleed out into that fairway. And the only time I've successfully done that this week is when I did a max OP shot with a power 5 ball. And I did max overpower or max topspin, and I actually cleared it and hit the fairway and went all the way to the very end and ended up in the rough. So I'm going to take a little teeny bit of topspin off so that I will hit that fairway. I really think a katana is probably the ball to bring on this. They left the wind in, which means that if they get a great result right here, and the next time we come here and they have a 5-mile-an-hour wind, the result's going to be different. Let's see if their second bounce hits. Nope. But that'll work. That will work right there. Let me try that. What the hell? Let's copy my opponent. They left the wind in, so there's a 4-mile-per-hour wind. So if we have more than a 4-mile-per-hour wind, I may have to take some wind out. It's going to push me over towards my orange ring. Hitting it perfect. See if I can get the same result. And that's all I'm looking for. So that saves me a 5 power ball. Now, I would like to get farther forward. That might actually put me in my long iron range. My opponent's in their claw. I like the claw. The claw is a great club because you can do all kinds of stuff with it. It has topspin, backspin, curl. Not that you use a lot of curl when you're in your short iron, but it's got topspin and backspin. So you can do rough bumps with it that are topspin rough bumps. You can do backspin rough bumps. You can run it up to the hole. You can backspin it to the hole. You can do all kinds of stuff with it. It's a great club, and it's in between the accuracy of a thorn and a hornet. So when it gets upper developed, it's at 1.5 per ring. And so it's not a bad club to come at this hole. Just a little bit too much speed. That was right there. If the speed would have been right, that would have been in. Very nice. Nice shot. Where am I at in my club? Okay, there's max. So it's at 1.0 per ring. I'm just going to do a straight up shot at it. kind of rolling downhill a little right there. So I'm going to be just a little short. 4.1. I'm going to do a straight up adjustment and see how that works. There's 4.1. Getting it perfect. Should get a good read on it here. In the hole! Albatross! Followed my opponent, and look at that. Albie. Straight in the hole. Got me to my 28 I was looking for. Look at that. Had no problems on the minimum score, so I was just trying to pick up some shots, but trying to come in there. And it doesn't matter because every one of these holes in this tournament, hole number 1, you got a great shot. Hole number 2, you got a great shot. Hole number 3, you got a great shot. You got a great shot on every hole. Hole number 6 is a little problematic because you got to get through that gap. But I have, I think, worked out the shot on hole number 6 so that you can go through there and hit a one ring great to the left or the right and still end up at the 400, 408, 410, 415 range, giving yourself a shot at the cup, still working the elevation adjustment to the cup. But we have a shot there, and every hole there's an opportunity to pick one up. So it may vary from one side to the next. I think the one hole that we need to standardize is hole number 5. Hole number 5, we've got to pick up that eagle. That's when we got to pick up. Hole number 2 is all about hitting it perfect. That shot on hole number 2, it takes about 3 backspin, right around 3 backspin. With your most accurate club, 20% wind adjustment. There's a little funnel. It'll take you right to the cup. If you hit it perfect, you got a serious chance of getting a hole in one there. Those are 2 holes that we really need to capitalize on. Hole number 5 and hole number 2. Hole number 8, another hole I did not execute on, is an opportunity, a serious opportunity for us to pick a shot up. I've been trying to get greedy on that hole and seeing if I can actually work myself to the cup instead of being off to the left and having to take that chip. So I've been being a little greedy on hole number 8, just trying to work it. But coming in, couple albies, not a bad opening round. Got some stuff for my notes. I'll go back and watch those videos, and I need to make, before I play my 77 account tonight, I'm really going to work and start a whole brand, because my notes right now are a jumbled up mess. I've got so much stuff written down on them. I can't even tell what I'm supposed to do because I have so many notes. I've got stuff scratched out. I've got multiple stuff. And so I just need to go through and type my notes up and see if I can put a round together with my 77 account and try and tighten up a few little areas that I have that I'm working on and set myself up for the weekend round. So when I go into the weekend round, I've got a really good tight set of notes and I'm not thinking about it. I'm just going out there, and the only thing that I'm trying to do is hit perfect shots. All right, that was the opening round in the 2020 Spring Major. And let's go up to the top and see what we have up at the top. So this is what I'm talking about. We've got 3 people at 30 and a 31. So if you're at minus 30, if you're in a tiebreaker situation, you could very easily find yourself in a non-banner position. So to have what I'm thinking is really realistically in the weekend round, you've got to shoot a minimum of minus 30. I know that there's people out there shooting 30. Hell, I've got teammates that have shot minus 18 on a side. So you're looking at 36. One of my teammates today that I saw shot a 17, and I'm sure there's a couple others that have shot really good rounds like that. I really believe if you can shoot a 32, you've given yourself a solid look at a win. And it's not going to be in every bracket. Some brackets you're going to lose with the 32. But I think if you shoot a 32 and you don't win, you just got unlucky with your bracket. But anything better than a 30 or better, you're giving yourself a shot at it. And you have to remember too, in this particular bracket, this is all masters. Every single person in this bracket is either a current master or was a master. And so the rounds up at the top, that's the difference in these brackets is up at the top, there's going to be a lot of really good scores. So by the time it's done, that 28 is not going to be in the top 10 by the time everybody in this bracket goes. This person's got 1.6 billion earned, and they have an awesome set of clubs in 8,150 games. They've got a really good set of clubs. So everybody in this bracket has got some stuff. This person right here, even though they've only got 1,120 trophies, this is somebody who's dumped trophies. They were at one point up there. And so everybody in this bracket has good stuff. That's why they're in this bracket. So these scores right here, you know, and I'm looking at, sometimes when I'm playing my odd account, I have to keep in mind that in not every bracket are we going to have 4 or 5 people. And there's a bunch of people, I'm sure, that haven't finished their rounds. A lot of people, more than 50, that haven't finished their rounds. So where it's going to be, this minus 28, when it's all said and done, is probably going to be 20th. And I shot a 28 with 2 Albies. And this person right here, position decided by Albatrosses in the opening round. They got one. What's the deal here? Is it must be like qualifying round score. So they do the qualifying round score, and then they go back to Albies. So I'm the lowest 28 just because of my qualifying round score. I limped in with a 12 because I was trying not to qualify, and I screwed up, and I should have forfeited on the last hole so I wouldn't have qualified, and I didn't do it. So by the time this is done, this will probably put me like maybe top 20. So the scores the people that are going to be up here at the top in this bracket, it's going to be super tight. That's why if you're playing in like an expert or a master's bracket, the scores at the top, I will be quite honest with you, the scores at the top are typically more mortal than what you see in like Ricky. So like a lot of times I don't see the 36s in these brackets, but what I do see is that you come in with a 30 and you got beat because there was 3 people at 32 and there was 6 people at 31 and there was 5 people, 15 people at 30. So I mean, it could be really, really tight in the weekend round up at the top. And you got to come in with killer tiebreakers because you can get caught up in these. And that's why I'm saying, and for my game, I think if I want to outright win, even if you come in with good tiebreakers, I'll probably have to shoot a 32 in this account to have any shot at a banner. And if I want to get a win, it's definitely going to have to be somewhere up in that neighborhood. In my 77 account, I think it's going to be very similar. I'm going to have to shoot, my goal is 30 plus, but in my mind, I'm thinking 32. So that means I have to pick up 10 shots. I got to pick up 5 aside. And there's only 4 that if you hit perfect that you are looking at the thing. So that means you got to pick up 6. That means you got to pick up 3 other holes on each side in order to do it. So we want to tighten up going into the cup for sure. All right. That was the opening round of the 2020 Spring Major. Thanks for watching.